Hello everyone, my name is Lucy. Today I'm making one of our most beloved Puerto Rican recipes, arroz con gandules, or Puerto Rican yellow rice with pigeons, peas, and pork. However, I'm making this rice into a fried rice, which is not the traditional way, but it is refreshing, different, and delicious. And for this recipe, we need pork. So I purchased one boneless tenderloin, it's about 2.5 pounds, which I cut in very thin slices. You can also use pork chops. One diced red bell pepper, one diced large red onion, cilantro to your taste. You can use as much or as little you want. Pigeon peas. I purchased this in a can, they already cook and they're very tender. And I drain them. This is the can of the pigeon peas I'm using. Green onion, which I cut in small little tiny pieces. About 1 teaspoon of ginger, mashed ginger, and soy sauce, about 1/4 cup. Garlic, of course, about 4 to 6 garlic cloves, and salt and pepper. And curry powder. You can use cumin powder also, but my choice is curry powder. This is what I'm using. And any kind of oil. I'm using sesame oil, but you can use olive oil, vegetable oil to prepare this dish. And those are the main ingredients, so let's start cooking. So before I start cooking, I'm going to season the meat with salt, pepper, and the garlic. I also going to sprinkle the meat with some of the oil, mix all of these ingredients together, and I'm going to let it rest for a while. And it's preferable if you do this overnight. But I'm going to let it rest while the rice cooks. I'm going to be making the rice ahead of time and I'm going to let it cool to use in the recipe. So I'm preparing the rice my usual way, 4 cups of boiling water, 3 cups of rice, and this is medium grain rice, with 1 tablespoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. When the water is boiling again, lower to medium temperature and let it absorb by the rice. Once the water is absorbed by the rice, just turn the rice, then cover and lower it to low temperature. 15 minutes later, just turn the rice, cover again, and let it cook for an additional 10 to 15 minutes. Once the rice finishes cooking, let it cool completely. Now to prepare the recipe. Put it all together. In a very hot wok in high temperature, I'm heating up my 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, in which I'm going to fry the pork. I'm going to let it brown in one side before I turn to the other side. Cook your pork completely before we retire the pork into a bowl. I need to empty the wok so I can use it to prepare the vegetables for the rice. In my now empty wok, I'm going to saute the onions and I'm going to let them turn translucent. Then I add the red bell pepper. Let it cook for a minute or so, then I sprinkle the curry powder. The ginger, then I add the pigeon peas. I mix all of these ingredients together, making sure the pigeon peas get the flavors of the vegetables. Add the green onions, and then I added the meat. Once we add the meat into the vegetables, let's make sure everything is mixed well together. That all the flavors are mixed together. Let it cook for 2 or 3 minutes. Then we can start adding the rice. And by the way, I'm still cooking in high temperature, but if you feel more comfortable working in medium temperature, let's do that. Work at your own pace. I'm adding the rice little by little, mixing it with the vegetables and the meat. And we need to make sure the rice was cool enough. Once you add the rice, then add the soy sauce. And the soy sauce is also optional. Add some cilantro and mix. You don't necessarily have to add soy sauce. And the soy sauce is as much or as little as you want. And that's it for this recipe. This rice is ready to be served. Buen provecho! I hope you try this recipe soon and that you come back to visit me. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you soon.